Every dream begins small. Every empire starts with an idea, and one person brave enough to chase it. Today on Shoaib Stories, we dive into the real-life journey of a man who turned his struggles into one of the greatest success stories in modern history, Jeff Bezos. This is not just the story of a billionaire, it's the story of courage, rejection, pain, and an unshakable belief in the future. Jeffrey Preston Bezos was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 1964. His mother, Jackie, was only 17 years old when she gave birth to him. His biological father left early, and for a while, life was uncertain and unstable. Later, his mother married Mike Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who adopted Jeff and gave him his last name. Mike worked hard to build a life in America, and that same determination would later reflect in Jeff's own character. From an early age, Jeff was curious, not about toys, but about how things worked. He would take apart radios, build gadgets in his garage, and spend hours imagining new inventions. He wasn't a typical kid. He was a dreamer, an experimenter, and a thinker. As a teenager, Jeff showed an extraordinary ability to focus and think ahead. He was fascinated by space, science, and technology, always asking, why not, instead of why. When his family moved to Florida, Jeff spent hours in his grandfather's workshop, fixing machines and learning practical problem-solving. That hands-on curiosity gave him the mindset that would later define Amazon. Keep experimenting, keep improving, keep learning. He once said, "I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that. But I knew the one thing I might regret is not trying." In 1982, Jeff graduated as valedictorian of his high school class. He then joined Princeton University, where he studied electrical engineering and computer science. It wasn't easy. Princeton was competitive, but Jeff's drive set him apart. After graduation in 1986, he entered the world of finance and technology on Wall Street. Working at top firms, he earned a great salary, had a comfortable apartment, and a stable career. But deep inside, he felt something missing, something bigger calling his name. In 1994, while working at a financial firm in New York, Jeff came across a report that said, "Internet usage is growing by 2,300% a year." That number hit him like lightning. He saw what others couldn't. The potential of the internet to change how humans live, learn, and shop. He walked into his boss's office and said, "I want to start an online bookstore." His boss replied, "That sounds like a good idea for someone who doesn't already have a good job." That was the turning point. Jeff chose the harder path, the one full of risk and uncertainty. He left his high-paying job, packed his car, and drove to Seattle with his wife, Mackenzie. During that long road trip, he wrote his business plan, the foundation of what would become Amazon.com. In a small rented house with a garage as an office, Jeff started his company with just a few employees. No fancy office, no investors, no fame, just pure belief. They worked long hours, surrounded by boxes and wires, packaging and shipping books by hand. Jeff's desk was made from a wooden door and a few pieces of metal. Cheap but strong, like his vision. He didn't care about appearances, he cared about impact. When they launched the website in 1995, it was simple, just a place to buy books online. Within a month, Amazon was selling books in all 50 states and 45 countries. The dream was alive. But the real battle had just begun. For years, Amazon didn't make a profit. Critics called it a dot-com bubble. Investors said it would collapse, and the media laughed. Jeff's leadership was questioned. Many said he was wasting his time, but Jeff stayed focused. He reminded his team, "We're not in a race for short-term profit. We're building something for the long term." He slept on the floor sometimes, worked endless nights, and made every decision himself. Failure was close, but he refused to stop. "If you double the number of experiments you do each year," he said, "you're going to double your inventiveness." Slowly, the world started to change. People began to trust online shopping. Amazon expanded beyond books into electronics, clothing, and almost everything. Jeff's philosophy was simple yet revolutionary. Focus on the customer, not the competition. That mindset turned Amazon into a customer-obsessed company. They introduced reviews, fast delivery, and eventually Amazon Prime, innovations that changed e-commerce forever. By the early 2000s, Amazon wasn't just a company. It was a movement. But Jeff's ambition didn't stop at Earth. In 2000, he founded Blue Origin, a private space company long before space travel became popular. His goal? To make it possible for humans to live and work beyond our planet. He said, "We have to go to space to protect Earth. It's our responsibility as a species." Even when people doubted him, he continued investing millions from his own fortune. Because visionaries don't chase trends, they create the future. Jeff Bezos' journey teaches us that success is never instant. Behind every victory lies years of hard work, rejection, and belief in something that doesn't yet exist. He faced skepticism, failures, and emotional exhaustion, but he never gave up. His life reminds us that the only real failure is never starting. He turned every no into a not yet, and every mistake into a lesson. From a small garage to global dominance, it was not luck, but relentless persistence. Maybe you're struggling right now. Maybe your dream feels too far away, too impossible. But remember, every great dreamer once stood exactly where you are now. Jeff Bezos wasn't born rich or special. He just refused to quit. So whatever your dream is, start it, build it, fight for it, because one day your story might be the one inspiring millions. And that was the story of Jeff Bezos, a man who turned a garage into a global empire and a dream into a revolution. If this story inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Shoaib Stories, where real struggles meet real success. I'm Shoaib, reminding you that your story isn't over yet. The next chapter starts with you. Thanks for watching.